It's time now for Keller at Large. This week's guest is the creator of a somber social media page you may recognize. It's called Faces of COVID, a rolling tribute to thousands of people who have died of COVID-19. Here's Jon.
Good morning. I'm glad you could join us. Just last week, we marked a grim milestone in this country. 1 million Americans, at least, dead of COVID-19 since the pandemic hit over 2 years ago. That's one of the highest death rates of any country. Well, this morning, our guest is Alex Goldstein, the CEO of 90 West, a strategic communications firm. His social media platform that you're looking at right now, Faces of COVID, has shared survivors' remembrances of over 7,000 COVID victims since he founded it a little over 2 years ago, right, Alex?
Yep. March 2020.
Good to have you here.
Great to be with you, Jon.
Thank you for coming in, albeit on a sad topic. So this is a huge weekend for indoor gatherings around here. The Garden has been packed for Celtics games, few masks in sight. Same thing in many local restaurants and function halls. What goes through your mind when you see this, given your closeness to the topic?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, it's just we need to remind ourselves that COVID is still here and still with us. And I see this every day. People who want to remember their loved ones on Faces of COVID submit them. And I'm seeing submissions daily of people who have even died in the last couple weeks. I mean, this is still very much a pandemic that is raging, and there's obviously a lot going on, and I think people are understandably exhausted, but being conscious of the fact that it is indeed still here and that there are a lot of people, our neighbors who are immunocompromised or have other issues, that this could still be extremely serious for them, even with vaccines and everything else. And so I think it's a good moment to just remind ourselves that we do have some responsibility to look after each other, and I leave it to the public health experts to say what we should be doing. But even just that consciousness that it's still here and people are still dying, I think is really important.
Do you think that the deaths are below the radar now?
I think a little bit. I think it's a combination of people being exhausted by 2 years of this. I think it's also people just ready to change the channel and move on. And I totally understand that. I also think that there's real consequences to failing to spend some time sitting with those stories. I mean, that's sort of what Faces of COVID is all about. It's about acknowledging these losses, but also acknowledging that if we don't acknowledge them, there's consequences. We need to tell these stories because they're part of how we hold ourselves accountable for how things went so wrong in this country on COVID.
Well, Alex, you've said you want to use your voice to advocate on behalf of those who are still at risk, the people who are immunocompromised, those people who for various reasons can't get vaccinated. I mean, do you feel you have company in that, or do you feel like a lone voice?
I think that actually most people realize that we all share some responsibility to look out for people. I think sometimes the loudest voices are the ones that either like to scold people into oblivion for not doing the right thing, or they're voices that say we have no responsibility to look out for each other. But I think the vast majority of people acknowledge that this matters and that those people need to have some protection. I think the most important thing that we can all do is also acknowledge that for people who have lost somebody, watching the world just change the channel and move on is a really hard thing for them to experience. 1 million people have died, and there are millions and millions of more who loved those people, and they were the center of their worlds. And for those people to watch the country move on, I think so dramatically, is also really hard from a mental perspective to wrap their arms around.